Hello, and welcome to an episode of Drinking the Kool-Aid. This is a comedy podcast dedicated to the mysterious. My name is Cassidy DeVille.
My name is Aunt Amanda Gladys.
Aunt Amanda. And we both are two iconic female villains right now.
We are.
Mm-hmm. Amanda is dressed as the it girl of the year.
Yes.
Aunt Gladys.
That's
from
right.
Weapons.
Spoiler
alert.
She's so hot right now.
She's so hot right now.
Mhm.
And I'm dressed as Cruella DeVille, a classic Disney villain.
A classic baddie, I would say.
We both did choose chicks with fuck-ass bobs.
Yes.
And also the warmest outfits for it to be like the hottest day we've had in October so far.
Yeah.
So that's really fun. I am in fake fur.
Faux fur.
Faux fur.
It's not real Dalmatian, guys.
No.
Relax. Okay.
Don't worry, I didn't skin Sydney. She's at home and she's totally fine.
Oh, thank God.
I probably could make a fur coat with all the hair that comes off of her and is sitting on my floor, though.
If you would have seen literally 2 hours ago what I just swept from under my couch.
Oh, just a whole other dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a few cats.
It was quite yeah, it was wild.
Sorry, I do have to give up on my right hand glove.
Yeah.
Because I can't use my computer or touch anything with them on. So dude, I'm sorry.
It is quite amazing how women in the 20s that they wore gloves like that all the time.
Yeah, I feel like they wore gloves like periodically, you know, like during the Victorian era maybe.
Oh, the Victorian era. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Gloves were in and out of fashion quite a bit.
I do like the look.
I love the look. The problem is everything now is touch screens. Like I couldn't use my computer because my finger wasn't working.
Yeah,
I'm going to need that bitch.
That does pose a problem for us in the year 2025.
Exactly.
But you know, they still look great.
Fashion over function, people.
Sometimes that's just the way it has to be.
That's just the way it is.
Things will never be the same.
Oh my gosh, Amanda caught me doing something embarrassing online.
I had to tell you, I was sitting on that information for like 24 hours. And I was like, I have to bring this up because I see so me and Cassidy share a YouTube because it's the Drinking the Kool-Aid YouTube account.
Like I have my own YouTube account. I just always forget to log in and out of it when it's on my phone.
Yeah, we're both logged in on the phone. So whenever we look up videos, like we can see what each other are looking up.
Sometimes I'll know what Amanda's covering before she's covering because I'll see she like watched a video about it.
Okay, I'm usually pretty good at making sure I go on my personal account for that because I have made that mistake before.
Yeah.
But the other day I'm like, you know, perusing YouTube and I just see a video. It's Sam Smith. What was the song?
Stay With Me.
Stay With Me karaoke version. And I'm thinking to myself, did I do that? Like
it does seem very much more like something you would do.
Every once in a blue moon, I put on a karaoke video to sing along in the confines of my own room.
Could see this.
By myself.
Yeah, I could see this for you.
So I'm thinking, did I do that? I'm like, no, I definitely did not do that. I'm like, why would Cassidy be looking this up right now?
Yeah.
Then I wasn't going to say anything to you. Then the next day, a new video, different one of the same song, karaoke style, just a different karaoke video.
I was explaining it to my husband. Okay.
And I was like, okay, I think it's time that I have to ask Cassidy exactly what she's doing, looking up Sam Smith's Stay With Me karaoke version multiple times.
Yeah.
And what were you doing?
So it's a TikTok trend where people put the Sam Smith karaoke version of that song on and then they try to sing the first two lines. And the joke is like, oh, making sure none of us have any hidden talents before we like clock into work today or whatever. And people are really bad because it's the beginning of the song is like kind of hard to sing and it's like in a weird key.
Yes, it's true. I'm not good.
Yeah,
one night stand.
But it's like that key wouldn't fit. Like you couldn't sing it like that in the key that it's in. It's like a weird key, so it makes everyone sound a little shitty. And also, like I think they speed. This was my theory. This is what I was telling Andrew. I think they speed it up a little bit, like to get out of copyright issues. When it's on YouTube. Because I was like, this is faster than he sings it. Because I know that song really well. I know how to play it on the guitar, even right, like
on the guitar.
And so that was why I had to show Andrew. I was like, no, I think they speed them all up because this is too fast. And then people, so it makes it even funnier when people try to sing it because it's hard to keep pace.
So you weren't trying to do it?
I was not going to do the trend, no.
Oh.
Here's the thing. It's only funny if you're really, really bad at singing.
Yeah.
And I'm like an okay singer.
I just was really hoping that you and Andrew were like sitting in the living room, like singing along to it.
No, it's like only funny if you're a bad singer, right? So like once again, and I'm not even like a good enough singer where I could do it as like a flex and be like, ha ha ha, which whatever, everybody would hate that person too.
No, you have to be really bad to do the trend.
But I'm like, so I'm just in the middle, so it would just be embarrassing, but not even in a funny way. It would just be embarrassing. Like, oh, you can kind of sing, I guess, but you should still probably go to work.
I just really wanted to hear Andrew attempt it.
Yeah, but so that's my new theory. Is that the karaoke versions that they speed them up just a little bit. Not enough where you're like, this is unsingable, but enough where they're getting out of copyright issues.
Yeah, I do notice that because, like I said, sometimes on occasion, I will pop one on to sing along like a fucking freak in my room by myself.
Yeah.
And I do notice that sometimes I'll be like, I know this song really well.
Yeah, the timing isn't right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on?
But it's like just enough where you can't really put your finger on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that restaurant that got painted by your house.
That was crazy too.
This restaurant that we go to all of the time.
Literally all the time, and also pass by every single day.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like on the route between our two houses. So every time we're together, we see it at least once.
Yeah.
They completely painted the entire thing green and red.
Yeah.
And
it's bright.
And so I go, wow, they painted what's that place called?
The Socialist.
The Socialist. I was like, wow, they painted the Socialist. And she goes, oh, is that what it is? I was looking at it like, what is different? They literally fully painted this building.
Listen.
Green, like the entire building is green. And then like there's like rusty red trim on the windows.
I was just in character. I was like, oh my goodness, look at that.
See, Aunt Gladys would never not notice that. She's got a keen eye.
I know. And she's really good at like, she loves houses and all this shit. I know.
She loves houses.
I really fucked that one up. Okay?
As we know.
As we know.
Huge fan of houses.
She loves interior design. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I do love that trend though. The just checking to see if I have any hidden talents before I go to work trend. It's very
I watch
funny.
it every single time.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of people on TikTok.
Yes.
Okay, you know Sister Cindy, right?
Oh,
she's like the one, she goes to college campuses and like yells at kids and she's like, what? After one margarita. That was her. And she like hated gay people and whatever. She's an ally now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I just watched her do a whole thing where she was like, I'm a lesbian icon. She said it like lesbian, like lesbians. And she said, I love the lesbians, not in the way that lesbians love other lesbians, but
you know what? Anything to get one of them on our side. You know what I mean?
They literally just like loved her into submission, is what it feels like.
I love
she was an icon. Because she's been doing this since like the 80s.
Wow.
Going and yelling at people. I think she's still a slut shamer, but like, you know what? You just take every battle you can get at this point.
Honestly,
I'll log her into Kink Shamer 69's account and just let her go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this kind of like obviously not in the same way because you're an ally and you know you're on the right side of history here. But I could see you being an older lady one day that just kind of like yells at people for fun.
Yeah, I would be like one of those old ladies who gets arrested because I'm like protesting against police violence.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yeah, I'm retired. What are they going to do to me?
Exactly.
I can sit in jail for a couple days. That's fine. These kids have jobs to get to.
That's so true.
Not me.
Not you. Your whole life. It's been the same.
But yeah. Know what it made me think of? She's not a Christian.
Oh my gosh.
And how like she's now like a gay icon too.
She is a gay icon.
And she's also on TikTok and like she loves it. Like she loves that people still use that sound and she's very,
yes.
She like
and she
embraces
dances.
it. She dances.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love her.
You just love to see some character development.
you know what? You can't be judging people by their past, okay? It's how we move forward into the future. And if you decide you're going to be a gay icon after you were a homophobe, I don't know why I said it like that. A homophobe.
You developed like a Canadian accent on me.
I don't know what happened. But if you were a homophobe and a transphobe back in the day, and now you are an ally, we support you.
We like that.
Yes, we do.
Coming from two gay icons.
Exactly.
Cruella DeVille and Aunt Gladys.
Yes. Are we gay icons? Or are they? I mean,
they are. That's why we're dressed as them.
I mean, I would like to be at some point in my life. That would be.
You would love to manage that.
That would probably be. I could die happy if that happened to me.
It makes me think of this really funny interview I saw with Aubrey Plaza where she brought like a couple of her friends to a drag show, and one of the drag performers was performing as her.
As April?
I don't remember if it was as April or like just as her. I mean, her and April are kind of synonymous at this point,
yeah,
right?
That would be.
And she was like really embarrassed because she was telling her friends like, I did not plan this. I didn't bring you here to make you watch someone do drag of me. Like I did not know this was happening and they didn't know I was coming. Like, I'm so sorry.
See, that is iconic.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't, nothing about me would make a good like gay icon.
Yeah, you're not mean enough.
How do I do that?
You got to be meaner.
How do I turn that on?
you just got to unleash the side of you that I get to see all the time.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Me? You know
who me?
You know what you get? I'm gonna fucking break this twig.
Oh,
you're cursed, bitch.
You didn't even put any of my hair in it.
Well, you're wearing a wig.
I know that. Honestly, that fuzzy stuff is probably made out of the same stuff that my wig is made out of. So
yeah, you're right.
You can just wrap dog hair around it. They'll get the gist.
I'm gonna curse you. So just so you know.
Just so you know, you're cursed now. You're burnt.
You're done.
You're burnt,
bitch. Okay. I feel like you said you had a bunch of things to tell me.
Didn't I just tell you a bunch of things?
I suppose. I don't know. I was expecting like, oh, today I learned. Like I love it might not seem it all the time, but I actually do like it when you teach me something.
I did learn why underneath railroad tracks they always have like gravel instead of concrete or like solid dirt or ground.
It's so Satan can open it up and drag you to hell.
Not exactly.
Okay.
It's because it actually like having something that can shake and move around a little bit makes the railroad tracks less likely to break.
Oh.
Because if it's something solid, right? And like obviously trains cause a lot of vibration and things are happening. Mm-hmm. And so they have it's called a railroad ballast. And so it makes it so that there's a little bit more fluidity in the movement so that the train tracks are safer and last longer.
Wow.
I know, isn't that cool? I always did wonder that.
Did you now how do you discover these things? Like, is it something you're looking up? Is it pushed to you on your algorithm?
It's pushed to me on my algorithm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then usually, because you can't trust anything you see on the internet, I know as somebody who loves to spread misinformation on the internet. And then so usually if I find something interesting enough that it's a fact I would like to repeat, I do go and like Google it and look it up and read a couple sources.
It's just so funny because obviously our For You pages and algorithms are very different.
Very different.
And you're always like, how did you not see that? And I'm like, I am getting pushed very different things than you. But I did actually send your stepsister a TikTok today of, obviously Robert Irwin doing something sexy. I don't know. And she was like, oh, girl, I already saw that and liked it. And she was like, our For You pages.
I liked that 6 days ago.
Yeah. She was like, our For You pages are the same. And I was like, you know what? At least that's somebody.
I see stuff that you send because sometimes you'll send me something and it'll be a long video and I won't even have to open it because I know I already liked it 2 days ago.
I was just going to say, listen, if you and I can't be on the same page, at least your stepsister, which is like close enough-ish to being you and I are on the same page.
She's a relative.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like that. Okay. Oh, I have a question. Okay. I stumbled across this food influencer today. And I just want to know what you think.
Okay.
She is I don't remember her name, but she's like, I'm gonna give you honest reviews. Like, I don't give a fuck reviews or whatever.
Okay.
So she goes to places and she'll be like, went to this place.
Is her name like something eats NYC?
No, it's like Mama something, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
But she's like really rude. Like, she goes to places and she's like, well, this was like kind of good, but like, look at the inside of this. It's disgusting. Like, blah, 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 like all this stuff. And she's like really mean to like all these places. And then
sounds like rage bait.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, ew, I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
And then she was really rude to this bakery. I think it was in Arizona, and the owner of the bakery like made a response video.
Oh,
did you see that?
I saw the response video where they were like, we get literally all of our ingredients from Europe. We make everything
from Italy,
from scratch every single day.
Yeah, and she was like reading the ingredients of like, because the girl was
she
like,
said it was like fake pistachios.
Yeah.
So I didn't see her review, but apparently that person only has like 9,000 followers. They're not even like an influencer.
Rude.
But
and I went through a lot of her videos and she's very rude and I didn't like that.
And also that person like reached out to that bakery asking, hey, do you want to do a collab? Like she wanted the bakery to pay her to go there and review the food, and then said, if you don't pay me, I can't promise the review is going to be good, which also that defeats the purpose of a review.
Yeah.
I've had friends, so like I used to be in like the food influencing world or whatever, and I've had friends who get paid to go places or they get free food. I've gotten to go plenty of places for free or gotten paid to go and like review new restaurants or whatever.
I remember.
And like most of the people I know who are still big and like still doing it and like growing, it's because they will literally offer, if they don't like the food, they will literally offer to pay for it because they're like, I don't want to be negative about you because that's not fair. What if I just had a bad experience? What if it's not just for me? Like, what if it's just not for me? But I'm also not going to promote something that I didn't enjoy and lie. You know what I mean?
Which I also appreciate because TikTok, in my opinion, is like the new Yelp, right?
Yeah.
So like I'll look at TikToks of people talking about food before I go to a restaurant.
And then I also know plenty of influencers who have no problem lying about lying about their experience just because they got paid like $1,500 and got free food to go to this restaurant.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. It's just such a weird thing to me because they make money off of their posts and then they're also charging these restaurants to go in there.
Yeah.
And then, but you don't make money off of your posts unless this restaurant agrees. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It just, to me personally, it just totally like takes the love out of like what food is. Like food is such like it's so cultural. It's so, we have different things that hit different parts of our hearts, whether it's nostalgia or comfort or necessity, right? And it's like such a bastardization of something that's like one good things in life is like food. And like, it's also like one of the easiest way to like experience other people's cultures or share your culture with somebody else or the way you grew up, your lifestyle, whatever. Like it's such an indicator of so many things. And so that whole world is kind of like icky to me.
I am like my whole mood will shift, as you know, if I don't get like, if something with my food goes awry.
Yes.
Like I will lose my mind. Like there was an incident that Cassidy knows about the other night. I was very looking for, I needed a baked potato. Okay. I needed one. It was very essential to my life at that point in time. And we had like all these like I had extra like meat from like tacos we made the other night. So I was like, ooh, let's do loaded baked potatoes for dinner. I was so excited.
Like sour cream, meat, cheese, lettuce, like, whatever on there.
Oh my God, all of it. And my husband, my lovely, lovely husband was like, I'm really hungry. I'm going to put them in the microwave because
this moment she said that to me, I said, absolutely not. First of all, get a divorce. Second of all, who puts a potato in a microwave?
He said, I've done it before and it cooks them faster. So I just was like, okay, like I didn't question it because he seemed really confident. So I just didn't think about it, even though I wanted to put it in the oven. But like he was like, well, I'm really hungry, so I don't want to cook it for like an hour. If you do
need to do it faster, what you do is you put it in the microwave for like 5 to 10 minutes and then you finish it off in the air fryer to make it fluffy.
That's what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, because otherwise it's wet. It's going to be wet. It's not going to be a good time.
So that's what I thought was going to happen. And also like when you do a baked potato, like you got to like put oil on it and salt and pepper. Like you have to like.
But you can't do that in the microwave because it's not going to get crispy, crunchy.
Well, clearly I figured this out the hard way.
As a baked potato expert, self-proclaimed baked potato expert, put it on my Wikipedia page. All of this is very upsetting to me.
Yeah. So basically, I put all of my fixings on this potato, and it was very disgusting. And I cried my little eyes out for so long. And my husband did, he was like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to like order you food? And I was like, no, everything's ruined. I'm not even hungry anymore.
Like, I literally said, I was like, he better have been opening up that Uber Eats app and finding you whatever you want.
No, and he was going to. I just was being a little.
So you just didn't eat? You just went to bed hungry?
No, there was a salad in the fridge that I had.
Ugh.
I know.
That's even worse.
But I was mad.
So you ate salad for dinner?
Yeah.
That's personally offensive to me.
Instead of my
First of all, salad is either a side dish or a lunch. Salad is not a dinner. And I will literally fight people on that. I do not care.
No, I was a miserable little bitch. Trust me. Cry.
Cry.
Yeah, horrible.
I've just been eating so much ramen.
Oh, I love ramen.
It's so good.
It's so good.
And I got this like 30 pack of like the nice like Shin whatever ramen from Costco. And I just like when I'm boiling the noodles, I put a egg in there.
Yeah.
So it becomes like a soft boiled egg, and then I open it, and so it's like a runny yolk on the noodles, and then you mix it all in. It makes it really creamy and delicious. It's a good time.
That's hot.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'm gonna have tonight.
I was trying to explain to someone the other day how when I lived in New York City, I was so poor.
Yeah.
And I couldn't literally afford anything and could barely afford to live, really.
Yeah.
So I would just go across the street to the grocery store, which was very expensive. And I would just buy a 24 pack of ramen every week. That was like $9.99 and lived off that.
Yeah.
And that's all I ate for like a year.
All I ate.
Hungry man meals.
Well, that was when I was eating meat.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a vegan, all I would eat was, oh God, my farts must have been nasty. All I would eat was frozen broccoli. Like I would buy big bags of frozen broccoli.
Yes.
And microwave them and put pasta sauce over it.
I do that sometimes now.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, every once in a while, like I'll eat something like that because it's like nostalgic. But like I was literally eating that like basically every single meal. And then occasionally, like if we didn't have kitchens in our rooms. We only had a fridge and a microwave.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to use the kitchen, we had to go downstairs, and we were like on the 7th or 8th floor.
And I'm like, I'm not going to take all of my shit and and like go down there.
But I would go down there and every once in a while make a baked potato.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I would go down to the kitchen quite a bit just to get out of my room.
I went down to the kitchen like a couple times to make eggs, and then I was like, this is too much work for me. Like, I can't do this. So I just ate ramen like all the time. And it was the cup of noodles.
Oh, I don't like those. Those are gross.
What was I supposed to do?
Those just
Cassidy,
feel like
I had no money.
Those just feel like they're giving you cancer.
Yeah.
There's something about putting that styrofoam in the microwave that like really.
They probably did.
Yeah, it really, really just eats you up in this inside.
But what was I supposed to do? I had no money. I had nothing.
I don't know.
And then one time I was like, oh, I have $5 to my name. And you know what I did? I bought a box of Oreos.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So
I would eat a lot of Oreos and peanut butter because, fun fact, Oreos are vegan.
Oh.
And that was my way to get something sweet and then also get like protein from the peanut butter.
Love Oreos and peanut butter.
Okay, thank you. Because I was telling my fiance and his family that I would like, oh yeah, Oreos dipped in peanut butter is like the best thing in the world. And they acted like I was a crazy person. Have
they never seen Lindsay Lohan, The Parent Trap?
Yes. I was like, it's such a popular combination because it was in the movie that we all watched growing up. And he was like, sounds gross. And I was like, actually, it's such a popular combination. Oreo themselves made a peanut butter, like the filling was peanut butter mixed with the frosting.
Yes. And right now, there's a limited edition Reese's and Oreo.
Oh, yes, I saw that. They was sold out at my store.
Cassidy, it's so good.
Is it? Okay.
It's so good. Please, if you see them, get them because they are like scary good.
Okay.
Better than the regular Oreo peanut butter one. Scary good. Yes.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. And then when I was eating meat, I think I just literally got so poor I couldn't be beggars can't be choosers.
No.
And so then I would go to the store, and whenever they had any sort of frozen meal on sale, they would do like 10 for $10.
Yeah.
I would just buy whatever that was. And so for a while I was just eating Hungry Man meatloaf.
I very vividly remember walking into your dorm room, opening your freezer, and just seeing like 20 Hungry Man meals in there.
And stacks.
And you were like, my dad just came to visit, and you were so proud.
Oh yeah, he took me to the grocery store.
You were like, yeah, my dad just came to visit. Look at all my Hungry Man meals.
Mans.
And I was like, wow.
Good girl.
Amazing.
And then I became a vegan like halfway through that stack. And I remember at the end of the year when we were clearing out our rooms and whatever, and I was clearing out my freezer, I was like, I gotta start. I was giving away Hungry Man meals. I was like, who is on their last dollar in this building and needs these Hungry Man meals? Because I don't eat meat anymore.
Honestly, looking back on that time though, just makes me appreciate, like, because we're not rich people, like by any means, but it just like makes me be like, wow, look how far we've come.
Yeah, seriously.
I can afford groceries.
You want to know what's crazy? I stress way more about money now than I did back then when I would be like, gosh, I have $4 in my account for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Good luck, Cass.
I worked at Hallmark for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
During Valentine's Day, this guy came in and handed me a $20 bill and said, I need you to help me look for a card for my wife and a card for my girlfriend.
Oh, yes, I do remember
And I was
that.
like, well, I really need this 20. So I guess I'm going to have to
You're
do
like,
this.
and the 20 doesn't go toward this. It's just for me. You know what, sir? I've never even really believed in monogamy.
I was like, oh my gosh, mama's eating good tonight.
She's like, I might add an egg to my cup of ramen.
I think I went to Five Guys that night because that was always like when everyone was like, we're going to Five Guys. Do you want to come? And I was like, no, I have no money.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can finally do it.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
Oh, yeah, those are the days.
Those were the days.
And then you guys wonder why we eat like garbage now. Like, it's all we had.
These are the days of our lives.
It's all we had was garbage.
Literally.
And we're like in New York City, like the food capital of like
oh my gosh.
America. And literally, I would walk past restaurants and just look inside.
One time my roommate, her mom took us out to this like really nice Italian restaurant.
The one on
Yep.
Because that's where my brother took me.
And it was so good.
Yeah, that's where my brother took me.
And I was like, oh my gosh, real food. This is amazing.
Yeah.
God, I miss it. I miss it so much.
Now I literally put one foot out my door and I hear like cha-ching and $60 leaves my bank account. I'm like, what the heck happened?
I found a $20 bill in my pocket yesterday and I was stoked.
You were like, I'm on top of the world.
I really did.
Nothing's going to bring me down.
I don't know why, but today seems like it's going to be a great day.
Yes. Those were the times. Times were had.
They were.
Well, how about we talk to some other people who are having some times?
Let's do it.
Oh, which reminds me of times. Oh, for our patrons, if you are listening and you are at the 5 or above tier, we're going to be having a live stream scary movie night. And what we're going to be doing is literally live streaming us watching a scary movie that you guys are going to vote on this week. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
And then we're going to tell everybody where to watch said movie, and then we're going to live stream it, and then we're going to have a live chat open so that we can discuss things during the movie, and you guys can discuss things with each other.
It's literally just going to be you guys watching us pretty much just like hang out and have a sleepover party, but we're going to be chatting with you guys.
Yeah, we're going to be taking questions and all sorts of stuff, like during the movie, obviously, maybe probably less, but we're going to be live before and after the movie as well.
And commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we want to hear your thoughts on the movie.
Yeah, because we're also going to do like make cookies and do some other stuff. So we'll probably be live a good portion of that night. We might be live a little bit on Instagram as well. Depends on how many drinks Amanda has.
I just need one.
She's like, I'll go live right now.
I had an entire high noon. So
did you already finish? Dang, I need to
Of course I finished it. What the fuck? It's so easy to drink.
But yeah, so make sure you guys get in on that. And I'm going to say welcome to some people who will be in on that. So welcome to Courtney S.
Hi, Courtney.
And thank you to Haley G, who edited their membership up so that they're going to be getting a free t-shirt.
Ooh, love that.
You love to see it. Thank you guys so much for joining our Patreon. We can only do this show because of listeners like you. And we really do appreciate you. We hope you're having fun, enjoying all of the extra bonus content we're putting out this month. We're going to have some surprises, some stuff we've never done before. Obviously, plenty of spooky little vlogs and just lots of good times. Yes. And also an exclusive Halloween bonus episode that will be coming out at the end of this month. So get on it.
Jump on it.
I also would like to say thank you to someone who bought us a beer.
Tell me.
So Ashley Z bought us a beer and said, I'm sitting here, several drinks in, at an all-inclusive resort in Turks and Caicos and thinking about Amanda's love of unlimited beach drinks.
I literally just died a little inside.
So have a few on me since I'm not paying for any of my own after all, and pretend you're soaking up the sun. XOXO, Ashley.
Ashley, I love you. Was your intention to make me jealous? Because you succeeded.
Yes.
You succeeded.
Okay? Honestly, we are soaking up the sun. I'm sweating. You would not believe the amount of sweat that is pouring out of me right now. But you know what? You gotta do what makes baby happy, and what makes baby happy is when Cassidy dresses up with her. So
it does. I'm baby. You guys didn't
Amanda's
know.
baby.
Also, really quick, I wanted to give a belated birthday shout out to one of our cool kids. So happy belated, Emily.
Happy birthday, Emily.
We love you. We hope you had the best birthday ever, and we hope you are enjoying spooky season.
Yes, as you should. It's your season.
That's right.
Well, on that note, how about we get started?
Let's get started.
Let's do it. Okay. Hello, everybody. So as you can probably tell by the name of this episode, we are going to be featuring two of our favorite places in haunted California.
Woohoo!
California
knows
how to party. Oh, okay, we went very different directions. Very different directions with that.
Well, they came out during my Jonas Brothers concert, so I had to go there.
Yes, they did. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about a place that we've talked about quite a bit on this show. We actually have multiple ghost hunting videos there. We just released one a couple weeks ago. We're going to be talking about the history of the very haunted Queen Mary. Get it, Queen.
I'm so literally get it, Queen.
Yeah. Okay, so my sources were the Queen Mary herself, because I did work there.
You did?
And I learned a lot about the history of the ship and stuff like that. Also, their website, queenmary.com or .org, legendsofamerica.com, usghostadventures.com, and of course, Wikipedia.
I'm so excited. This is going to be a good, fun episode.
So let's start with some history about the Queen Mary, because she is that girl.
She's the it girl.
She is.
Just like Aunt Gladys.
Exactly. So construction on the ship that would eventually be known as the Queen Mary was originally filed as hull number 534. And it began in December of 1930. So they had it was on the River Clyde, and it was a company shipyard that they actually had to widen and deepen the river because the Queen Mary was going to be so huge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But thanks to, this is in Scotland, by the way.
Oh, she's international.
She's international.
Okay.
Yeah. So very quickly, this construction ran into issues. Obviously, the Great Depression was ravaging the United States and the entirety of Europe and most of the world. And within a year, her construction began and stopped because the money ran dry.
Okay.
Yeah.
The river runs dry.
Genuinely, because she is in a river. So the owners then began to shop around looking for different government loans to finish the project. Eventually, the UK government decides to fund the rest of the project, but under the condition that the company, which was named Cunard, would merge with White Star Line so that the money could be set to like split between the two of them and help finish their ship project that was called the Oceanic.
Okay. I was going to say White Star Line sounds familiar.
It probably sounds familiar because those are the people that made the Titanic.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So they merged together. So, and they were like, hey, and this will only work if you guys agree to run like 2 ships at a time, basically, between New York and the UK.
Okay.
So like at any given point, somebody would only have to wait a week to get on a ship that's either going back to New York or coming to the UK.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So legend states that the Cunard directors asked King George for his blessing on what the ship's name would be. Because apparently you have to ask, like, if you're going to name a ship after like a royal, you have to ask like the royal family. And allegedly, they said, we have decided to name our new ship after England's greatest queen. And they meant Queen Victoria, who is the king's grandmother. But the king reportedly responded, my wife, who is Queen Mary, will be delighted to hear that you're naming the ship after her. And that is how they ended up with the Queen Mary.
That's iconic, though.
That is very iconic.
What if he's like, I fucking know exactly who you mean, but I'm gonna
redirect you to my beautiful wife. And you know we love a wife guy.
We do.
Yeah. So obviously this merger does happen. It's finalized in May of 1934, and the Queen Mary was finished and launched in September of that same year. Her Majesty, the Queen Mary, is her full name.
And she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Yes.
The Queen Mary is actually larger than the Titanic and had almost quadruple the horsepower of the Titanic.
It's larger?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yeah. Facilities that were available on board the Queen Mary were 2 indoor swimming pools, beauty salons, libraries, a children's nursery for all that were in the 3 classes, a music studio, a lecture hall, telephone connectivity to anywhere in the world, outdoor paddle tennis courts, and dog kennels.
Wow.
Yeah. She was also the first ocean liner to have a Jewish prayer room, which was added as a very specific fuck you to the Nazi party who was coming into power in Germany. Yeah.
Nice.
So the Queen Mary sailed on her maiden voyage from Southampton on the 27th of May, 1936, and arrived in New York Harbor on the 1st of June, 1936, after a very slight fog delay. So she actually was going like full steam ahead the entire time and should have been there a couple days earlier. But the fog was so thick around New York Harbor, that they ended up slowing down and giving it a couple days so that she could come in safely.
Well, that's nice of them.
Yeah. When she was first unveiled, critics called her design and Art Deco interior, quote, too traditional, and thought that it wouldn't interest the type of people that would want to be on board a luxury liner like her.
Really?
But she actually ended up being a more popular ship compared to more modern French-style liners that were popular during that time.
I feel like when you walk into the Queen Mary, you're literally being transported to the Titanic. Like, that's how I feel.
It feels so luxurious in there to me. Yeah.
Luxurious.
Even though it's like obviously super dated, but like the staircases. And
I'm sorry. You are transported to a different time.
Yeah, but obviously this is their time. So
I know, but
like for us, it feels like that. But that's why people were like, oh, this is like old school. It's too traditional. This is not the way we do things right now. But she ended up actually being the most popular ship during that time.
Well, good. She deserves it.
Yeah.
Because you guys are being annoying.
So in August of 1936, the Queen Mary actually captured the Blue Riband, which is a speed award given specifically to ocean liners. And she won again in both directions, both going towards America and away from America in 1938. And during those treks, she actually set a record that stood for over 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. She was fast.
I was going to say, she's really killing it here.
I told you. So this is when things start to get a little serious for our girl. Obviously, World War II is brewing.
Mm-hmm.
In August of 1939, things are getting really bad, but the Queen Mary was actually on her way back to Southampton from New York. The Royal Navy was worried about our girl getting attacked, so they actually sent out the HMS Hood to escort her to port for the rest of the time, or like for the end of her travel, and ended up arriving at the end of August in port. She went out again to head back to New York on September 1st, 1939.
Okay.
And if you know anything about history,
I don't.
You know that September 1st, 1939 is the day that Germany invades Poland, and this is considered the beginning of World War II.
Okay.
So when she does arrive safely in New York, she's ordered to stay because now international waters just became much more dangerous.
Yes, and we have to protect our woman.
Queen.
Okay?
But she's a queen, so she rides into battle.
As she should.
So after about 2 weeks waiting in port, not sure what was going to happen, the Queen Mary is actually sent down to Australia to be fitted as a troop ship that would take troops from Australia and New Zealand to the UK to fight in the war. She was the fastest cruise liner in the sea, after all, and they needed to quickly get bodies up to fight on the front lines in Europe. So during her makeover, she was painted completely gray to make her less like visually stimulating and easy to find.
Your hair is giving the Queen Mary.
Is giving the Queen Mary?
Yeah, and the red.
That's true.
Wait, you're literally the Queen Mary right now.
Who, me?
Wow.
Me? The diva?
Wow.
So she was painted completely gray so she'd be harder to see. And this is where she got her new nickname, the Gray Ghost. She was fast, she was sleek, and now she was much deadlier.
Wow.
They did keep all of the fancier pieces inside of her in like a warehouse after they were removed, like all of the carpets and everything. That's how they have all the original stuff that's in there now.
It's so good in there.
It's so good. And so they kept it in a warehouse so that if she did survive the war, they would be able to restore her to her former glory. And all of the wood in the ship was covered with leather to try and, mitigate any damage to like these really beautiful wood pieces that are in there.
Okay.
She was so dang fast, in fact, that she traveled alone without any sort of military escort like 90% of the time. And she actually broke the record of carrying over 15,000 men in a single journey on that ship.
Look at her go.
Yeah. She was only fired upon one single time by a German U-boat, but she was so fast, she actually outran the attack. And her sister ship, the Queen Elizabeth, were so well known for being untouchable by German U-boats that Adolf Hitler himself offered a bounty of 1 million Reichsmarks and the oak leaves to the Knight's Cross, which is like a super high military honor in Nazi Germany, to any U-boat captain that sank either of our queens.
Don't you dare come for our queens.
Isn't that crazy?
That is
like,
crazy.
She was like Hitler talked about the Queen Mary and wanted her gone.
It's like,
and she said, no, I don't think so. I don't do what Nazis say.
I mean, once again, she's an icon. But it's so crazy because like obviously we've been on the Queen Mary multiple times.
Yeah.
And I knew she was like an icon, but like, wow.
Yeah.
It really goes there.
Yeah. There's a reason anytime we ever mention the Queen Mary to any of our guests or whatever, like, oh yeah, we live by the Queen Mary. They're like, oh
yeah.
Like the Queen Mary is like worldwide famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which obviously an upcoming guest of ours had been there and was very excited to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So in 1942, her history does get a little bloody for the first time. And on October 2nd, the Queen Mary was getting an escort from a much smaller ship, the HMS Curacao, when the Queen Mary did accidentally slice through the Curacao, but had to keep going into port, like couldn't stop because of the fear of sitting there and like drawing U-boats because she's holding, 13,000 men and they can't just leave them there like sitting ducks. So they did radio. There's kind of controversy around this because the captain did say that he immediately radioed about the crash to send smaller ships over there to try and find survivors of the collision. But other people said that he didn't radio in until he got back to port, like whatever. I don't know. He says he did automatically. But either way, there were only 99 survivors of a crew of 437, which was a total loss of 338 lives.
Wow.
Because of that accident.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people. Yeah. So during the war, the Queen Mary carried British Prime Minister Winston Churchill across the Atlantic 3 separate times. The very famous Normandy invasion was actually planned completely on the ship, and he even signed the D-Day declaration on board the Queen Mary.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a big historical event when even Amanda was like, I know those words.
I know all of those words. Every word you just said, I knew.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after World War II, she was used to deliver war brides to Canada and the United States, which a war bride is somebody who gets married overseas like during the war. So like, obviously there's Canadian soldiers, US soldiers that are in France, in Italy, in Germany, in Poland, whatever. And people do fall in love sometimes under these circumstances and get married and then come back with them. And after she was finished with that, from September 1946 to July of 1947, she was given a makeover again.
Yes.
So she was refitted with everything that they took out, and they fixed any damage sustained during the war. She also got some upgrades, like they gave her air conditioning, and they had artists come in and retouch some of her more iconic murals, which are still on the ship to this day. Doris Zinkenstein, I think, who reportedly retouched the mural of the veranda grill, which is like one of the more iconic things when you look up the Queen, like the interior of the Queen Mary. This will pop up a lot. She allegedly added a little mouse to the painting as a joke because the original company, Cunard, had a catchphrase of sorts where they claimed to not have a single rodent on any of their ships. And
Cute.
she said, now you will always have a little mouse.
That I really like that.
Right?
Yeah.
So the Queen Mary went on to sail until she was retired in September of 1967 after her 1,001st transatlantic journey. That's a lot.
What was it?
1,001.
Wow.
Dalmatians. It's 101, but still.
This is the meme where it's like when two bitches like
it's always two dumb bitches saying exactly. So then she traveled around Cape Horn, and she came to Long Beach, California on December 9th, 1967.
Not only is this haunted California, but we have a local.
We have a local on our hands.
We do.
So now, as we know, she hangs out across from Shoreline Village in downtown Long Beach, is an operating hotel and entertainment space. They have weddings, Halloween events, art events, Snoop Dogg events, occasionally Shaq events.
And when this episode comes out, we're going to the Queen Mary.
Oh, literally today, we're going to be at the Queen Mary the day this comes out.
Oh my
wow,
gosh,
that's crazy.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So the Queen Mary is obviously known worldwide for being one of the most haunted places on planet Earth, with over 150 known haunts. Over the past 60 years, the Queen Mary has been the site of at least 49 reported deaths.
Oh.
All right, so now we're going to get into some of the famous haunts.
Let's do it.
I'm going to start with Amanda's favorite, Jackie.
I knew it. I love Jackie.
So Jackie is one of the more famous haunts on board. She's reportedly a mischievous young girl who hangs around the second-class pool area, but is sometimes seen in other parts of the ship as well. Here's where people aren't sure if there are two separate little girls or if it's both Jackie, because there's another little girl that hangs around the first class pool area, but she seems to be more shy. She peeks around corners or is seen holding a little fuzzy teddy bear, where Jackie, like I said, is a little more mischievous and she might like pull your dress or,
Okay.
give you a little shove.
Oh, a shove. Jackie, please don't shove me.
We actually thought we might have caught one of these little girls in a video.
Okay. You guys didn't see it though. Remember?
When you replayed it and zoomed in, I was like, I see what you're seeing. I just don't know. It's not like the most clear. Like we have gotten some like really clear stuff. That was just like, I think our least clear piece of evidence.
Okay. I was videotaping the inside of the pool because you can't go in. So like from the outside. And in the very corner in the bottom, there's a window. And I'm videotaping it for like quite a few minutes. And all of a sudden you see what looked like to me a face with long black hair, and she kind of just like went across the window pane.
Yeah.
I zoomed in, I slowed it down.
Listen, if she can find it easily, maybe she'll insert it here. If not, we have it on our Patreon.
It is on our Patreon, but I can also insert it here.
So, little kids often are said to interact with young girl spirits. She does seem to show herself most often to other children, which makes sense if she's a kid. I remember specifically there were tons of stories of kids reporting, like when I worked on the ship, kids reporting that other little kids would feel somebody trying to hold their hand when they were walking with their parents.
Oh my God. And I'm sorry, like, when a kid says it, it's real.
Yeah, because like why would a kid, like I'm talking like 4 or 5 year olds.
Yeah.
Like I doubt their parents are like, we're going to this haunted ship where there's a dead girl. At least you'd hope. I don't know.
I mean, unless like I'm their parent.
Yeah, unless it's Auntie Cassidy taking you.
Yeah.
So the spirit that we have chatted with the most is the one that's the infamous door 13 ghost.
Yes.
So there have actually been 2 crushed deaths reported at this door. The most recent one was in 1966 when a young man who is allegedly named John Petter, he was only 18 years old when he was crushed during a watertight drill. So he was in between the doors when the watertight drill was called, and he didn't move in time, and it slammed down and crushed him to death.
Oh my God. And those doors are heavy.
Yes. So we have had some interesting conversations with this spirit in particular. I feel like this is the most active part of the ship that we've encountered.
Every time we've gone over to door 13 it is.
Yeah.
We get so many like EVPs or
we've heard EVPs, we've heard like weird noises like yeah. And if you watched our most recent Queen Mary video, I think that that's the spirit that we are talking to in multiple parts of like that area.
Yeah.
Because we also ran into another spirit when we were above door 13.
Leonard.
Yeah. So, and there were 2 people that died there. Maybe he's the other one.
If there's no name, it's possible.
But people in the bowels of the ship have reported seeing an apparition, usually dressed in blue overalls or coveralls, walking back and forth across the area, either above or right in where door 13 is. Of course, the Queen Mary has to have her own woman in white.
She better work.
Yeah. So a young, beautiful woman is often seen lounging around in the Queen's salon or is caught dancing alone in the ballroom. She wears like a long silk white gown.
I have, every time we go on the ship and we look into the ballroom, I always get like a vibe.
Yeah. I mean, remember when we went to that event in there? That's how it felt too. Like the whole time we were in the event, I was like, ooh, there's like energy in here.
I mean, even like walking on the ship in general.
Yes.
There's vibes. Like you immediately start feeling things.
Know what it feels like? It feels like that movie Tower of Terror.
Yes.
Where you're like, I'm about to see like some weird flashback shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's more than a few haunted staterooms on board. People report seeing people in period dress, typically around the 1930s, being seen in the rooms, like out of the corner of your eye when you're walking down the hallway. People will report like there's a lot of these really long, spooky hallways. I have tons of pictures of them, so I'll have Amanda post one on the Instagram and on the YouTube.
Oh yeah, I can just be plugging
pictures,
so many pictures.
And they're like these really long hallways with the original carpeting, and they're like kind of warped, like any ship, nothing's ever like a straight line.
I was gonna say they're always like a little like teetered to one side.
Yeah.
God, I can't express you guys how much I love being on this ship.
We obviously clearly just love the Queen Mary so much. We're like the biggest fans ever. We go to like every event that the Queen Mary throws. We support them. We're like always telling people, they're like, we're coming to Long Beach. What should I do? I'm like, go to the Queen Mary.
Go to the Queen Mary.
Even if you just go on there and have dinner or walk around, like you need to experience it.
Mm.
So people will report like seeing people at the end of these hallways. There's nowhere to run, and like they'll look away and they'll look back and like the person's gone. Right?
Of course.
Yeah. But of course, the most haunted room on board is reported to be B340.
Yes. Which I want to stay in, even though I'm scared.
There was a passenger named Walter J. Adamson who died in the room allegedly in 1948. And ever since then, happenings have been reported in the room. Complaints skyrocketed once she was docked in Long Beach, and people, especially women, were having the covers ripped off of them in the middle of the night. The bathroom and closet doors would slam open and shut. Something that happened to us was the sink and tub would just randomly turn on in the middle of the night.
Dude, okay, so when we
happened to us when we went for your your 21st birthday.
But it was specifically the toilet flushed. I remember because I literally woke up being like, why is the toilet flushing?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, it's not a normal toilet. Like it's an old-timey
you had to like
ship.
pull it from like the ceiling.
A lever, like a long thing that you pull from the ceiling. That's the only way to flush the toilet.
Yeah.
And me and Cassidy are both in bed, and we wake up and it's, I believe it was around 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And the toilet's flushing. I'm sorry.
And our tub fucking turned on.
Yeah.
Our tub turned on. And once again, it's like this old style, old school, like you have to turn the knobs to turn this on. Like there's no buttons or anything.
I honestly don't know how I fell back asleep.
Well, we didn't for a while.
Because that's
You made me go into the bathroom.
Yeah, I did.
Like I was your husband.
Yeah, duh.
And then
You think I'm gonna do it?
I think we had like 2 glasses of champagne left and we were like drinking them out of the bottle under the covers. Like we were so scared. We weren't even in the most haunted room, but we would like to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, knocking on the door, banging on the door in the middle of the night, and then people standing up and there's nobody there.
Yeah, Walter seems like he does the most.
Well, one of the pieces of lore that is alleged around this room, some people say that this is just like a made up legend story. It's not real at all. But some people claim that there was a man who had committed murder on the ship in the 1960s. So they locked him in that room so that he couldn't hide or commit more crimes before they were able to dock in New York. So he was in there for like a day and a half by himself, and they had somebody 24/7 outside the room watching to make sure he didn't get in or out. And some people claim that when the cops came to unlock the room, the man had been brutally murdered despite nobody coming in or out of the room for almost 2 days.
Uh-oh.
The room was so frequently complained about in the 1980s that they ended up sealing the room altogether. They like pulled everything out of it. Like there was no beds in there, nothing. And nobody was allowed to rent it out or re-enter the room for over 30 years.
Holy shit.
I was like, wow, the refunds must have been getting a little too hefty.
Real.
Yeah. Because like if you're going to market yourself, like some people are like, oh, all of this is made up because it's a marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Why would you not sell your most haunted room for 30 years if your whole point is that you're a haunted ship?
Didn't they just open it back up?
So it was reopened in 2018.
Yeah.
And then closed in 2020, obviously. And then during the pandemic, people didn't know. They were thinking about sinking the ship. They were thinking about returning it to Scotland. Like tons of things were happening. Now the ship reopened in 2022. And just last year in October of 2024, they started renting out room B340 again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember we were so sad because
When we went, it was not getting rented out yet.
No.
Yeah. When we went with Kate the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, I mean, the second time we went, but the first time that we went with Kate for the podcast,
Yeah.
they were not renting it out yet. It was still sealed off.
No, I mean, that just proves that there's something going on in that room.
Yeah.
Because like you said, wouldn't that be a great fucking way to make money?
Yes. If you were trying, because people are like, oh, it's a marketing ploy. Like it's not even haunted, whatever. And I'm like, okay, then if it's a marketing ploy, why would you close off your most haunted room? Like people will absolutely pay extra to stay there.
And they do.
I would.
And we're probably gonna at some point.
So my last line of that sentence is, now it's reopened and Amanda and I are trying to stay there.
I really want to. I'm really scared. Like, I'm really scared.
Oh, you're going to be a mess. When we went, we just were doing EVPs outside of the door of that room. And Amanda was literally crying. She wouldn't come stand by me. And I was like, Amanda, this is your job. We literally paid to come on this ship so we could make this video. And she would not come stand by me.
Because I had a weird feeling.
Yeah, but that's the point of ghost hunting.
I know. And if
you have to do it.
And I know we're gonna eventually.
At one point I go, Amanda, this is your job. Get over here. Like I'm her boss. Get over here. This is your job, Amanda.
I am your mother.
I talk about another horror icon.
Seriously. But no, I will do anything for my cool kids. And I know.
She says this now when we're in the studio and all the lights are on.
Yeah. But I will stay there. I will. I can't promise you that I'm not going to cry.
Okay, that's fair.
But I'll stay there.
That's fair. So on top of all the named ghosts that I just talked about, there's also just tons of men in World War II uniforms from all sorts of different countries that are spotted. Period clothings from the 30s through the 60s, and all around just like weird vibes in different parts of the ship. Like there's parts of the ship you'll walk into and you're like, all of a sudden you're like, I feel like sick.
Yes. Honestly, you know what's crazy? The isolation ward, I don't ever feel like I don't get weird vibes from, even though it's like really spooky.
In the isolation ward, they have a list too of everybody who's ever died on the ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I never, like every time we go there.
A lot of stowaways.
And we go to the isolation ward and we're kind of looking around. I'm like, okay, like I don't feel anything weird. The second we head through the hallways to the rooms, that's always when I'm like,
The front of the ship to me feels way worse than the back of the ship.
Okay. Yeah.
Like where the bar is fine.
Yeah.
The observation bar, like good vibes.
Yeah.
That's where like the Queen's Salon is. That's where
the nursery is.
The nursery is. That's where
they have some spooky dolls.
They do have some spooky
chilling
bars, or dolls. That's where like the old church is.
Yes.
And the chapel and stuff. Yeah.
We did get a lot of
activity
when we went by the church, remember?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It's definitely haunted. I'm going to say like.
And here's the thing, no matter what you believe, like let's say you don't even believe in like ghosts or whatever, the amount of energy that is like put into this place as it being haunted and like as it being like a location that holds this type of energy, like you can feel it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So whether you believe in like actual ghosts or you just believe in like energies or like whatever, like it's a vibe. It feels like a vortex.
It is a vibe.
And it's weird, like no matter like if you're in different parts of the ship, you'll have like bad phone service out of nowhere. Like weird smells. Like remember when we were standing somewhere and like all of a sudden it smelled like really bad, like rotten eggs, and then we would like step like one step away.
Oh yeah, by the elevator.
Yeah, and then we found a cold spot too in one of the hallways. There was like a cold spot and there was no AC, like anything nearby, no vents. Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, all the restaurants and bars on board are really good. So it's worth going just to have dinner and like if you're in town.
The cocktails, immaculate.
Amazing cocktails. Okay. We went to the like it's like a steakhouse kind of on board. One of the best meals ever. It was delicious. Yeah. And so go check it out.
Okay, 1 to 10 on the spooky scale.
I'm gonna give her a 7.5.
Okay.
Because I feel like a lot of her hauntingness doesn't feel malicious.
Okay. I got that.
Like there's very few times I've been on the Queen Mary and been like actually scared. You feel things and you feel like you're communicating with things and you're experiencing things. But like the only times I've ever felt scared are outside of that room, B3 or B340 or 40 or whatever. And sometimes in the bowel of the ship, I'll feel something.
I definitely feel weird.
Like when you're down by door 13, sometimes it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
But like most of the times I'm like, it feels like that mischievous little girl energy.
But like she's haunted as fuck.
No, I know, but you said spooky.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, haunted, I think 10 out of 10, it's 100% haunted.
Got it.
Like insane energy, but I'm not scared. I want to be there. It like draws you in.
It does.
Because then I think about like that, some of the places we went in Jerome, I don't ever want to be in some of those places ever again. You know what I mean? Like they scared me. Like they made me feel sick and bad.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Where like the Queen Mary, I'm like, I would live on the Queen Mary if I could.
Okay.
Like I love that ship.
Okay.
And like even with its hauntings, it feels good to be there.
I'm going to have to agree.
Yeah.
Until we stay on the haunted.
And then suddenly she's going to be like 10 out of 10. And also, I hate you. I'm burning down the podcast.
The second.
Maybe we should give her back to Scotland.
We're going to sleep in the haunted room and I'm going to have a come to Jesus moment. So.
But yeah, so I love the Queen Mary. Obviously, we talk about it all of the time.
We do.
It is, I think, one of those historic, because also I just love history. So even if it wasn't haunted, I would love it just because it's so historic and so beautiful and has so much of the original woodworking in there and the original art and everything like that, which I think is just like, it's such a time capsule like you were talking about. I think it's like one of those like cannot miss places in Southern California. I don't care if you're in San Diego. I don't care if you're in LA proper, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you are within an hour drive of the Queen Mary and you have the time, you go see the Queen Mary. All right, now I get to sit back and relax. I'm going to be so pampered. I'm going to put my glove back on.
Oh my God. Who are you?
I'm just a little lady who wants to kill your dogs.
Yeah, honestly, you are kind of like Cruella de Vil might be the most evil.
I was literally about to say the most relatable.
You want to kill dogs and
no.
turn them into fur coats?
Have you seen the live action version where she's like, you shouldn't get married or have kids? Like, you're so talented. Why would you throw that away? Like,
I have seen that.
I think that's so me.
Okay, except for the dog killing. That's not great.
The dog killing's not ideal.
No.
I would say.
That's why I said she's the most evil, because I don't support that. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So we are obviously sticking to California and some of the most haunted locations around here. And another iconic haunted location that we never covered, that I'm going to cover today, is located in San Diego, California. And it is the Whaley House.
Woo! Ooh, Amanda's been trying to get us to go there for so long.
I want to go so bad. It's so close.
I'm down to go. I just remember you were like, we looked it up because you wanted to go ghost hunting there, and they were like, absolutely no ghost hunting. You can't even have your phone out.
They did say that.
Yeah.
They might have changed the rules now. I'm not sure though.
Email them again.
I'll
get them on the horn.
Get them on the horn. I will.
Oh, I wish this was a real cigarette.
Wouldn't that be so cool if cigarettes were that long?
Yeah. I used to want a cigarette when I smoked cigarettes. I used to want a cigarette holder like this so bad, but it's so hard to find a real one that's not like a prop.
See, okay, this is what I'm saying though. The gloves, right? Iconic.
Yeah.
This look with the long ass fucking cigarette or whatever this is supposed to be. That's so hot.
It's a cigarette holder.
It's hot.
You would put the cigarette on the end so your fingers don't smell.
Like that's sexy.
I know.
Yeah. We should bring that back.
Bring it back.
I feel like you could probably put a cigarette in there.
I know, but I'm not going to. This is fucking all BP plastic, baby.
You're going to get cancer anyway from smoking the cigarette. What do you mean?
If I'm going to get cancer from smoking a cigarette, I want it to be from the cigarette, not from the plastic holder that I got on Amazon for $4 or whatever.
Same. You know what I mean? Okay, so back to the Whaley house. My sources were hauntedhouses.com, thelittlehouseofhorrors.com, ghostandgravestones.com, mysteriousuniverse.com. That one is by Jocelyn LeBlanc, and whaleyhousesandiego.com, and of course, Wikipedia.
You got it.
Okay, so I don't know the exact full truth to this statement because I have covered multiple hauntings, around the country that all claim that they are the most haunted house in America.
I guess the Queen Mary's not a house.
No, it's not. It's a ship.
Yeah.
It's different.
Because I was going to say they claim, and a lot of websites claim it's like maybe the most haunted place on earth.
Right. I'm talking house specifically. But the Whaley house is one of those places that is also claiming that title. So let's find out just how haunted she is.
I want to hear all about it.
Or he, you know what? He feels like a he, actually. Queen Mary, ship, she, Whaley house, I'm going to say he.
Most places, it's all she. I mean, grammatically speaking, but if you feel a calling to call the Whaley house a boy, you can. I'm not going to fight you.
That is how I'm feeling, okay?
All right. Dive right in.
So the Whaley house is located at 2476 San Diego Avenue, obviously San Diego, California. And it's kind of like right there in the middle of Old Town, just waiting for young, brave souls to wander inside.
To come on in.
That's right. It actually doesn't look very scary. It is a 2-story brick building that is now a museum and has been since the 1960s. But we're going to journey a little farther back to 1852 when a man known as Yankee Jim Robinson arrived in San Diego after fleeing from Northern California, where he was up there being a little mischievous. He was thieving it up a little.
Committing some crimes.
Committing a little bit of crimes.
Okay.
So Yankee Jim, he was a bandit during the gold rush.
Hilarious.
Pretty fun.
You can't get mad at a band. I mean, you can if they bandited you.
Well, he was known for stealing horses.
Oh, there's nothing worse than a horse thief in the Wild West.
I just feel like he wasn't.
They'll hang you for that.
Well.
Finally, my horse knowledge comes into play.
So up in Northern California, the cops are right on Yankee Jim's tail. So he's like, I got to get the fuck out of here. And that's when he ended up down in San Diego.
I thought you were going to say hell.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
I was like, damn,
I don't know where
girl.
he is today.
Okay, get his ass. You hate that Yankee Jim.
Unfortunately for Yankee Jim, he did soon get caught trying to steal a rowboat with 2 men that he met in town. And he was promptly put on trial. So unfortunately, again, for him, the 2 men who owned the rowboat that Yankee Jim was trying to steal, which kind of seems like a conflict of interest to me, but they were allegedly on the jury.
Oh, that's not.
It doesn't seem like that should be
back
allowed.
Then, once again.
I don't know.
What year is this again?
1852.
Yeah, that's Wild West years.
Yeah. Anything could happen.
Yeah. They called it the Wild West, not the tame West.
Exactly. So that really put the nail in his coffin, and he was sentenced to death by hanging, as Cruella so kindly said earlier.
So beautifully observed.
So Yankee Jim, he was like kind of a little shit stirrer, a little troublemaker. So when the judge sentenced him to death, he started laughing and basically being like, "You're not actually going to hang me. Like that's crazy."
I love that for him. I'm hoping to be that delusional one day.
Right. Sometimes I am.
That's true.
Yeah.
Depending on the day.
It's so true. But of course, he was soon proven wrong. So Yankee Jim was taken to the gallows in the middle of town across from the El Campo Santo Cemetery. And he's in front of a crowd of people, obviously, as we learned when I discussed this.
Public executions.
So the executioner, he didn't take Jim's height into consideration when preparing for the hanging. So this man was 6'4". So after they cut the rope, Yankee Jim's feet were like just barely able to touch the ground ever so slightly.
I think they should just be like, well, that's a gimme. You get off now.
No, I agree.
In my
like that's
opinion.
the executioner's fault.
Yeah.
That's not Yankee Jim's fault.
You're free to go.
And also, I'm sorry, all he did was steal a rowboat and some horses.
And all he did was be tall and probably kind of sexy.
I'm assuming.
Sorry, I'm just picturing my fiance.
That's really funny because I actually also pictured Andrew while I was writing this story.
I'm literally like, I think we should free him, actually.
Free Cassidy's in the streets. Free him.
Free Yankee Jim.
Please, we love him. I don't know why do I always do that voice when I talk like that? Okay, anyway, I'm getting a little crazy with these high noons. So, like I said, his feet are barely able to touch the ground. So the townspeople watched on as Yankee Jim had a very slow and painful death.
Yeah.
A newspaper after the hanging published that Jim was swinging like a pendulum back and forth until he slowly died.
Poor baby.
Yeah, so it was like a long,
poor
slow,
Yankee,
agonizing death. Now, apparently, in the crowd of onlookers at Yankee Jim's hanging was a man named Thomas Whaley. And after the hanging, nobody knows why. There's literally not a reason at all on the internet that I scoured. But Thomas Whaley was like, I'm going to buy this plot of land that Yankee Jim was hanged on.
He was like, it's probably on sale right now, right?
Yeah, he was probably like, I'm going to get a deal for this. So I'm going to buy this plot of land. And also, obviously, this was the gallows. So more than just Yankee Jim, was hanged in this plot of land. But let's talk about Thomas Whaley for a minute. So he had come to California from New York on New Year's Day in 1849 with the hopes of making a ton of money during the gold rush.
God, he's just like us.
Quite literally. Like we did that, So he did end up doing very well for himself. He actually moved back to New York for a minute and he married a woman named Anna Eloise DeLaunay, which is his wife. And after having their first son, Francis, they moved back to San Diego, where they had their second son, Thomas Jr., and their daughter, Anna. Once again, Thomas and Anna, they named their kids after themselves.
Yes.
So cut back to 1857, when he buys that plot of land and he designs and builds a house on it, which is the 2-story Greek revival home that still sits there today. So the home was finished in 1857 and it cost Whaley about $10,000 to build. Not too shabby. And the construction of the Whaley house was a pretty big deal, like at the time, because this was the first ever brick building made in California.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Thomas Whaley, his wife Anna, and their 3 children moved into the home. And within a few months, they had opened a general store in the home. So they lived there and they also ran a store out of their home.
Got it.
Whaley, when they first moved into the house, he had mentioned to his wife and to like multiple people that he knew that he was hearing heavy footsteps stomping around the second floor and walking up and down the stairs when no one else was home. And he basically would tell people like, okay, I'm pretty sure this house is haunted and I'm pretty sure it's Yankee Jim. That big ass motherfucker.
Jim.
Like he was a big dude.
He said, you can't kill me.
He
I'll
said,
come stomp around your house all I want.
Listen, I don't blame him for haunting that house,
I agree. I'm on Yankee Jim's side.
Same, absolutely. So Thomas Whaley, he fully believed, like from day one, that he moved into this house, that this house was haunted, and it was Yankee Jim doing it, but it didn't really seem to bother him too much. He just went on about his life.
Okay.
But then a lot of things started to kind of go wrong in the Whaley family. So a few months into living into the house, their youngest son, Thomas Jr., who was only 18 months old, died of scarlet fever.
Ugh.
So a few months later, the house caught on fire, and the general store that they operated completely burned down and was destroyed, which was also their income. The fire was believed to be done by some rats that had been chewing on matches. Sorry. Kind of, I know, a little crazy. I don't know.
Because obviously there's no electricity, so I was like, oh my gosh, because like rats will chew on wires and cause electrical fires. On matches.
Yeah, like I don't know how exactly.
And their little teeth accidentally sparked it? Or okay.
That's what people believe.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It might not be, but that's what people say.
Listen, whoa. They're here.
I did have a feeling this would happen.
Is what happens whenever we try to do like a haunted episode.
Yeah.
Like,
and this is a double haunting.
Double haunting. Yeah. This is sorry to everyone listening. It might be a weird week for you.
Yeah, it's not gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with
you.
Our bad. Oh well. Sorry. So anyway, some other people thought that it was arson, but to that I say, porque no los dos.
The rats committed arson.
Exactly. I mean, technically, they did.
Hang them.
So after these things happened, Thomas was like, fuck this. And he took his family back up to San Francisco to have like a fresh start. And he left the Whaley house in San Diego in the hands of his business partner, Frank Ames. And he kind of had him like rent it out so they could still make money.
Okay.
While in San Francisco, Thomas and Anna had 3 more children, George Hayes Ringgold, Violet Eloise, and Corinne Lillian. And they were pretty settled into their life in the Bay Area for many years until 1868, when a huge earthquake hit the city, destroying their home and forcing them to move back to their house in San Diego.
Okay.
When they got back, Thomas ends up converting the biggest room in the house into San Diego's 2nd County Courthouse by installing a curved railing across the room with a judge's stand behind it.
Can you imagine, like you're like hungover and you wake up and you're like, oh, God, I gotta unlock the courthouse. That would really bring a damper to being a homeowner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's trying to get his bag.
I guess.
He's literally doing everything he can at this point.
I guess I respect it in some ways. I don't know.
So in 1869, he starts renting out the courtroom to the county. They also turned other parts of the house into the first commercial theater in town.
Jesus Christ.
So this building,
house?
It's honestly not even that big.
Okay.
Like when you see pictures of it, if you ever have, or I'll show it to you, but it's not that big. So it was kind of confusing. But yeah, Thomas Whaley, he's just a fucking go-getter. He's trying to find his thing, Okay, he's throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Okay, diva, okay? Get it.
But problems for the family were really just beginning. So Thomas's wife, Anna, was held at gunpoint inside the home while in the courthouse. And
imagine that.
She's fucking crazy. And they basically were like, gun to her head, like, give me all the important documents that are in the courthouse. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, okay, obviously.
They're yours immediately.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Then on January 5th, 1882, 2 of the Whaley daughters, Anna and Violet, got married at the house. So they had a double wedding.
Oh my God, I thought you meant they got married to each other.
No.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
2 different people, but they did have a double wedding.
Okay.
They were like sisters. Yeah. But then they both went off on their own separate honeymoons. Anna's honeymoon went perfectly. Although she was not marrying her sister, she did marry her first cousin. So that wasn't great.
Happens more often than you'd think.
Well, we're not going to get into that today.
I will. It's weird.
But for Violet, the honeymoon didn't go quite as planned. So one day she woke up to a letter from her new husband stating that he had only married her for her money and he didn't actually love her.
Did he even get any of the money? Or he gave up too soon?
No. They're still married.
Oh,
He just wrote her this letter to tell her that on their honeymoon.
You know what? I guess I'd be like, well, at least now I know, and I'm gonna go hit the club real quick.
Well, Violet did not hit the club. Instead, she fell into a very, very, very deep, dark depression. She was depressed for years. And in 1885, she took one of her father's guns and shot herself in the chest.
And she was still married to this man?
Yes.
Okay.
Back then, because I was trying to figure it out, I was like, why the fuck would she stay married to him? It was just so much shame to get divorced.
Yeah, I feel like there had to have been a lot of shame around what she did too.
100%.
Yeah.
And we will absolutely get there in 2 seconds.
You're like, funny you'd say that.
It's crazy that you mentioned that. But she did leave behind a note. And the note read, "Mad from life's history, swift to death's mystery, glad to be hurled anywhere, anywhere out of this world." And that
kind of a good writer.
Well, she didn't write it. It's actually part of a poem by Thomas Hood.
Okay.
But I just thought, like, oh my gosh. I don't know, like those words just made me even more like,
yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad.
It's so tragic. But obviously Violet's death was such a scandal and it was talked about all over town, so much so that shortly after her sister, Corinne Lillian's fiance, called off their engagement because he couldn't handle the embarrassment of her family.
And this is obviously not the sister that she had the shared wedding with.
No, different sister.
Whole other sister.
Yep. Okay. And then business that was once booming for the Whaleys pretty much like completely dried up. And Thomas Whaley, he always had in the back of his mind like that all of these horrible and traumatic things that were happening to him and his family just might have to do with the fact that he built his house on a plot of land where many people had violently died, and maybe he was cursed by one of these spirits that was like always kind of there jumbling around.
I'm just going to say probably not ideal.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't have done it in the first place, Thomas. I don't know. Just a thought. But Thomas Whaley died on December 14th, 1890 at the age of 67. And after his death, the Whaley house fell into disrepair for almost 20 years until 1909 when his son Francis restored the building and turned it into a tourist attraction. So Thomas's wife, Anna, along with Corinne, Francis, and George, they all lived in the home together because Corinne, her fiance, obviously was like,
yeah,
I'm embarrassed of your family. I'm not getting married to you. She never got married. She was alone forever. And they all lived in this house together until they all each passed away.
Okay.
So the Whaley house was turned into a museum on May 25th, 1960, and is managed by the San Diego Historical Shrine Foundation, which is a nonprofit. And just like Thomas Whaley always suspected, it is indeed haunted by many spirits. And Thomas, Anna, and their children, Corinne, Violet, Francis, and Thomas Jr., are all believed to be some of these spirits. So the most common occurrences that people report is unexplained noises, flickering lights, feeling cold spots in random places in the house, disembodied footsteps, and the occasional swaying of the chandeliers for seemingly no reason, especially when there's like no windows or doors open.
Yeah.
The staff has also reported hearing the piano start to play music.
That's a spooky one.
And there's no piano in the house anymore.
Oh, so. That's even spookier. You got me with that one, bait and switch.
So Thomas Jr., who was just a baby when he died, or 18 months old, he is said to also be in the home. People will hear what they claim are teeny tiny footsteps running around the house, along with the sounds of giggling and a baby crying coming from Thomas and Anna's room.
Yeah, you know I don't fuck with that at all.
Listen, as two people that heard a baby crying when there was absolutely no baby in the house.
It's not a good time.
It is probably the scariest sound you could hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
There is another small child that is said to be one of the spirits that roams the halls. There was a 4-year-old girl that was like a really close family friend of the Whaleys. Her name was Annabelle Washburn. And one day, all the kids are playing like around the house, and Annabelle ends up running into a clothesline and basically strangles herself to death. Like she ruptured her trachea.
Yeah.
So they brought her into the house to try to save her, but she ultimately died on the kitchen floor of the Whaley house.
That's so sad.
Yeah. So orbs and manifestations of shadows are often seen in the playroom, playing with the toys that are out. She also was once seen like plain as day by a staff member, like her hair, her dress, everything, while she was like smelling the flowers outside.
Oh,
And then when
that's kind of sweet.
I know. And then when the staff member looked back, she was gone.
Yeah.
Then there's Violet, and her sad presence is also seen and felt on the second floor of the house and in the parlor. Visitors have said to get a very like heavy feeling. They feel, that depression that she felt and she had. And obviously when that happens, it is believed that you're near her. She's also been seen standing in the archway of the parlor. Anna Whaley, she seems to be a very big presence in the home.
Really?
You can feel her, you can see her, and you can even smell her. Her daughter, Corinne Lillian, actually saw her mom's spirit after she died in the home.
Oh, okay.
So she's been there for a very long time.
Yeah.
The perfume that she always wore and was known for is usually smelt, before she is seen in one way or another. So she's just letting y'all know that she's around and she still smells good.
Just so you know, I'm keeping it up, girls.
Just so you know, in the afterlife, I'm still smelling fresh. She's also been seen in the kitchen cooking and folding laundry in her children's rooms.
Oh, that's sweet. It's probably something that she liked to do.
It is sweet, but also like, girl, you don't have to be doing chores in the afterlife.
You don't have to be doing any more domestic labor.
Yeah, please, like, go live your life. Have a good time. Don't do chores. Don't take care of anybody anymore.
Maybe it makes her feel like she's close to her kids.
It probably does. Speaking of that, a lot of people have claimed to see a rocking chair move on its own, and people believe that that's Anna rocking Thomas Jr. to sleep.
Oh, baby.
I know. Regis Philbin, rest in peace.
One of the greats.
He allegedly saw Anna appear in front of him when he visited the Whaley house.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. So he said that he saw a white figure in the parlor that looked like a woman in a dress, and she was standing, in the room. But at the time that he saw her, it was super dark. And when he put his flashlight towards the figure, it vanished, but his flashlight was pointed to a portrait of Anna on the wall.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So she's like, yeah, bitch, that was me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that.
And I trust Regis.
Clearly.
And of course, the man of the hour, Thomas Whaley, he is still in his home that he built many years ago. He's been seen in the master bedroom, smoking and looking out the window. His deep, loud laughter has been heard echoing throughout the second floor. And staff members have seen him standing at the top of the stairs in a black hat before he walks off into his bedroom.
Ooh, okay, neat.
And then some other spirits that, people aren't quite exactly sure who they are. There's a woman with long dark hair who wears a hat and big gold hoop earrings, and she's seen in the courtroom. And a small terrier dog has been seen running down the hallways.
Dog ghost?
A dog ghost. And visitors will tell the staff, like, oh my gosh, there's a loose dog in here. It's running around the halls.
No, that's just Fido. Don't worry about it.
The staff will be like, yeah, we know.
That
That's
happens.
actually a ghost dog. And this dog is believed to be the Whaley's dog, Dolly Varden.
Dolly Varden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are kind of like the main spirits that are haunting and lurking around the Whaley house to this day. And let me tell you something. People get many eerie and spooky photographs at this location. Okay. So I am going to show you a couple.
I would
pictures.
like to see those.
Yes. Okay.
Do you turn the brightness up on your computer?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's dim as hell over there.
Well, you're not supposed to read it.
No, I know. I just, every time I see it, it like shocks me. Like, how do you even do that?
I don't know.
Aren't your eyes tired?
Well, I'm wearing glasses.
Can't see without my glasses.
Okay, so this first image I'm going to show you was caught on video from YouTubers Steven Steph Resale Killers. They saw a face in the window of a cabinet. So I'm going to show you that really quick.
Oh, yes. I've seen this one before.
Yeah.
That's like one of the classic, where it looks like a reflection of like an old woman.
In this particular picture, it does look like an old woman. If you go on the YouTube and you actually watch it and kind of see a little bit more of it, it almost looks like a guy in a top hat.
Okay, I could see that too.
Which when they were later looking through the book, they see this, which is Thomas Whaley himself.
And they're like, okay, that might have been him.
And it kind of looks like it a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
The eyes and the nose.
Mhm.
Yeah. We'll have this on YouTube and on Instagram.
Yes. And then, of course, on whaleysandiego.com/ghost encounters, people that visit the home will send their own photos in. And I'm just going to like scroll through here because there are so many. Like, look at all these orbs.
A lot of anomalies.
There's so many. Like someone sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
There's like, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
A face in the window. Face behind the lady.
Face behind the lady.
A face in between these two people.
Yeah.
I'm going to post literally all of these like back to back just so you guys know. But they are on the website as well. There's a really good
we'll have a link to the website so you guys can see it on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. A lady. Look at that. Like full blown apparitions. Like, how do you deny all this?
Yeah, we got to go.
It's fucking crazy.
So some people are allowed to take pictures.
You can take pictures. I don't know if you're supposed to take video. Oh, this one's good. I'm sorry. Like in the kids' room, like what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like there's just so many photos and like proof to me that this place is haunted that it's just undeniable.
Yeah, no, there's some weird shit going on for sure.
Yeah, so I want to go here really bad.
I'm down. Let's go. It's only like an hour and a half drive.
I would say 10 out of 10 it's haunted. I would go even like 8.5 on the spooky meter.
Ooh, okay, yeah, this one feels a little more like, well, I guess I don't know because it's a lot of like family, but like all the people who got killed because they were hung because they were like bad people.
Well, people also do think that Yankee Jim is still there too, and he's
Yankee Jim.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he has to be there, right?
Call me, baby.
But yeah, it's just like fucking. There's so many.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's go. We're so close.
Look at this.
Oh yeah,
what
it looks
the
like
fuck
she's
is
like
that?
in full like garb, like Victorian garb,
like just in the window, chill. Oh my god, it's so scary. And keep in mind, I'm writing this literally at like, you know how I do at like fucking 6 a.m. So it's still kind of dark out. Oh my, I was terrifying myself. So scary. But yeah, that is the Whaley house in San Diego, California.
We gotta go.
And I want to go real bad.
No, we gotta go. Now we don't have an option.
No, I know.
Whaley house, call us.
Call us. I'll call you.
Well, how about we end this out with a listener story?
Let's do
from
it.
Tigress.
Tigress, hello.
Tigress says, when I was around ages 7 through 17, we lived in an old house built in the early 1900s. It was in a really small mountain town community. My sister and I shared a room until I was relocated to the garage at 15.
Garage?
For context, that's pretty normal, I feel like. You're like, okay, I can't share a room anymore. I don't care. I'll sleep in the garage.
No, that's fair.
For context, I am diagnosed with autism. This makes me highly susceptible to insomnia and parasomnia, which is sleepwalking, sleep paralysis, and night terrors. Same, girl. Before I was medicated, I experienced both very intensely. Although very disturbing at times, I would soon have to get used to the frightening creatures my brain would conjure up. One of the figures I saw when I was around 10 was a human figure that looked exactly like it was wearing either an old-fashioned driving suit or some sort of space suit. Closest thing I could compare it to was the ghost of Captain Cutler from Scooby-Doo, but not neon green. It was floating above a bookshelf in my room, and I shared it with my sister. I don't remember how or when, but I fell asleep eventually. Fast forward to a week later, and my younger sister, about 8 at the time, and I were in the living room. My sister is not autistic and has never had any experiences with sleep paralysis before. She is very good at drawing, and as an 8-year-old, was probably better than most adults. I am not artistic at all, however, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. I looked over at what she was drawing, and it was the freaking space deep sea diving figure that I had seen in my sleep paralysis episode. I asked her where she had seen that before, and she told me it was floating above the bookshelf in our room.
No.
That is the same place that I had seen it. I haven't told anyone about this weird space suit figure that I saw, as I had seen so many weird and disturbing figures before. I never really thought about it and thought it was just a sleep paralysis episode. My friend who came to our house would always claim that they thought it was haunted. Although someone had passed away in our house due to a tree crashing into it, there wasn't really any ties to deep sea diving or astronauts.
Okay.
We moved in 2015 to a house that was built in 2013 and absolutely no activity there. I don't really know my thoughts on the supernatural. I believe in some sort of creator, God, whatever you'd call it, but other than that, my brain doesn't really go there automatically. But I also believe that there is no way to disprove anything supernatural. I, by default, try to think of a scientific explanation, but right now I'm at a loss for this. But whatever ghost may or may not be out there, I respect them. It's not really any of my business.
You're right.
You're right, Queen. That's
Absolutely.
the way to look at it. Thank you so much for both keeping me company during my 2-hour Thursday commutes at 4:30 a.m. Don't worry, I only have this 2 times a week, and I work from home the other days. Smiley face. That was a good one.
Wow.
That's like always the weirdest thing when you get accidental confirmation about something that you saw and you're like writing it off. You're like, that didn't actually happen. Like that didn't mean anything. And then like suddenly someone's like, yeah, I don't know. I just saw this weird thing, but I'm writing it off too. And you're like,
yeah,
well, hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah. I mean, I've said it before on the podcast, I think, but that's like when me and my roommate in college were both studying and we hear a scream, like a blood curdling scream come from the hallway. And we both looked up at the same time, like, did you hear that?
Yeah. And you're like, I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
And then you go out in the hallway and a bunch of other people in the hallway, like, is somebody screaming?
Were. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. If you have a story you would like to share with us, you can do that at dtkpod.com/contact. You can also find our social media, our YouTube, and other ways to engage with us on dtkpod.com. Thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you're having the spooky season. And we look forward. Hopefully you got scared by our Things Are Getting Weird episode this week.
Yeah, I hope so.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening. And most importantly, make sure you keep that front door locked.
Make sure you keep that mind open.
And keep drinking the Kool-Aid.